Hey, this is Devlog 3. It's been a couple months. I haven't actually posted anything. I have a devlog that I worked on and then I didn't post. I don't know if I'll post it or not. But yeah, a lot of stuff's changed. A lot of things have happened. Life and other things. But yeah, so Jumble. Well, Jumble seemed to hit a snag when it came to some level design stuff. And then art, I started doing calculations on how long art and 3D modeling and animations, and I'm like, I can't really put all that time into that. So I started prototyping some other games, and I've landed on another one that I'm actually thinking is a much more feasible project. So I've decided to start a rogue light game where you're pretty much going to have heroes, and these heroes go on quests and adventures, and the battle system's actually kind of similar to Pokemon, where you have like 1 and 2, and they have some different moves. I want to have some items. You're going to traverse like a world that how in your first initial startup of a game, it will randomly create the world, and then you pretty much play. Your heroes die, you get new heroes, and the world kind of persists over each playthrough. So that's where it falls into a roguelite, where you actually carry some sort of progression. Yes, I like rogue like games, but I also get frustrated with the fact that when you die, you restart all the way back to zero. So a roguelite, you don't have to. You can play, you can die, you can come back, you can use some of that stuff that you got from before. Also kind of builds a little bit more of your adventure for it. So right now, I can go through what I have done for my prototyping and where I like to see things. So let's take a look at some of that. So this is Heroes Get Remembered, but Legends Never Die, my working title for this game. So I have a little scrolling background for the start menu. So this would be your guild hall, where you would select your different heroes. I'm using a node-based system, so I could travel to different points. In the guild hall, you can look at the Tower of Legends. You can go back to your world map. As you can see, I don't have it locked properly. Hall of Heroes is whenever one of your heroes dies, they'll get venerated, and you'll get to see their black and white character on a pedestal with all their stats and what they might have accomplished. You travel to different node locations. Some are further than others. You travel to villages, so villages can provide subquests, so you can get them from the tavern, or you can purchase items from the shop. Then you can travel to intermediate areas. Most of them will be you would have to enter, and then a fight would break out. So here, the reason the main character's red is because he's max powered, so he one-shots things, so I could get through some testing. But we can travel to another rock, and yeah, we can go to more rocks, and we can see what a little bit of a 0-on-0 power level would look like. Right now it's a one-on-one type battle system, but I'd like to maybe expand it to a small party of 3. And then enemies and characters take damage based on kind of the attack type. So a slashing or a stabbing or a bludgeoning. There's also going to be magic. Right now I only have one character thanks to a friend of mine who lent me this animations, which is just making this kind of move for nicely. Yeah, so this one doesn't actually have a continue, so the game kind of pops there, but that's kind of the rundown of what I have so far. So yeah, so that's pretty much where I'm at right now. I'd like to add a quest system so that your heroes go on a quest. Your heroes also age, so the idea is that I'm not going to flood it with too many sub quests. More so that you try to go and get as much done with one hero set as possible before they age out. Either they die, they get too old and die, or they retire and they become a legend. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'd like to add a couple more features and then just try to get the quest system going and then play it a little bit and then yeah, see where it takes me.